There is a simple psychological truth strategy that will change your life forever. And it begins not by learning something new, but by finally noticing what has been there all along. Most people live under the illusion that life happens outside of them, believing that circumstances must change for peace to arrive. However, the unsettling reality is that your life always bends to the shape of your inner attention. You experience the world not as it is, but as you expect it to be. The revolutionary strategy that shifts this paradigm is learning to watch, not react. To observe your experience without immediately turning it into a story about yourself. This practice, often called meta-awareness, invites you to wake up inside the moment before you react. Realizing that the narrative running in your head isn't reality, but your nervous system translating what feels unsafe into what seems true. The core of this psychological strategy lies in mastering the space between stimulus and response, which is the birthplace of all freedom. When you feel ignored, rejected, or anxious, your body might whisper that you are unimportant. But if you pause for just 2 seconds to witness that voice rather than becoming it, everything softens. Healing begins here. Not when you force yourself to feel better, but when you allow yourself to feel at all, without turning that feeling into a verdict. Anxiety, guilt, and anger are not enemies. They are old signals trapped in motion. By simply watching them, you teach your body that safety doesn't come from avoiding pain, but from the capacity to remain present through it. You stop managing impressions and performing for belonging. Realizing that your personality has largely been a collection of defenses designed to keep you safe, but invisible. As you deepen this practice, you uncover the architecture of your reactions, finding that every strong emotion hides an old vow of self-protection. You realize that you have never actually met reality, only your interpretation of it, filtered through past trauma and personal meaning. This awareness transforms relationships because you stop confusing your projections for truth. You begin to understand that others are also fighting invisible battles of perception. Their defensiveness is just love trying to guard itself. This shift from judgment to curiosity changes the chemistry of your emotional life. Instead of asking, "What is wrong with me?" you ask, "What is this moment trying to show me?" Turning every trigger into guidance and every emotion into a path back to yourself. Ultimately, this simple strategy evolves into a profound surrender. You realize that the observer you think you are is also just a mask,
And you move from trying to control your growth to trusting the unfolding of life. You discover that stability doesn't come from managing feelings, but from knowing that no feeling can destroy you. You are the ocean, and your emotions are merely waves, rising, falling, and vanishing, while the water remains. The journey concludes with the realization that this was never really a strategy at all, but a remembering of your natural state. The peace you sought was never missing. It was just overlooked. By living in this awareness, you don't just build a new life, you finally inhabit the one you already have, fully and authentically.